so excited to finally be standing here today, able to share my book, Lyrically Speaking, Seasons of My Life, with you all. It's hard to articulate how I feel right now. I look around this room and it's a strange feeling. I see defined cells of people who summarise my life. There are faces of my childhood, some that go back as far as kindergarten, which I can say this side of 50 is a very long time, along with my family, neighbours, work colleagues, and so many new friendships that I've forged through older, more experienced eyes. So many creative warriors, so many beautiful connections, and even some new faces that I'm yet to meet. What I'd like to say right up front, more than anything, is thank you. Every single one of you for sharing this day with me, and for every single wonderful word of encouragement you've given me throughout this book's evolution and beyond. And can I just say, I never imagined I would write a book. But as someone said to me recently, everyone's supposed to have a book in them. And I guess mine has just found its time. I'd like to thank a few specific people here today, as without their never-ending enthusiasm and support, this book would not have found the light of day. Jess, my gorgeous girl, who's not only an eternal spring of inspiration, but pulls me back to reality when I lose my way or temporarily lose sight of the bigger picture. Along with her partner, Lyndon, they're both such extraordinary, enthusiastic, yet logical and practical young people, and I feel so fortunate to have spent so much time with them. I must mention the experts who so generously helped me throughout this process, sharing their skills and expertise and offering never-ending clarity to this sometimes foggy head. Jim Shipstone and Rosalind Abella never doubted for a second that this book could or would find its way to being published. Deb Doyle, who landed on my radar during the initial draft stage. Troy Gurnett for shedding light on and implementing IP laws in relation to my book. And the musical bodies within Sydney for their support in helping me get the word out. APRA, ASA, Songs Alive Australia, SSA. I would also like to thank Kamal, who picked up the phone and called Hay House, who in turn introduced me to my publisher, Balboa Press. Kat Ferguson and Wendy Ford for allowing their beautiful co-written lyrics to be used in the back of the book. Carlos Valesco for allowing me to use his gorgeous headshot on the back cover. It kind of resembles me. Blair for being my 24-hour on-call tech head. My writers group, the Twisted Legs, who gave me invaluable feedback throughout a lyric round-robin process, and so many other people who have supported me along the way. Thank you all so much. Rosalind and Jim both shared a little bit about the concept behind my book, but basically, as my banner states, it's a collection of original lyrics yet to be set to music, along with the occasional anecdote throughout. I'd like to share an excerpt from the book's prologue, if I may, that might better help explain the idea behind its evolution. This book has evolved from the unwavering whispers in my head, from their fight to find the light of day as song lyrics and the hope they might find purpose with equally inspired musicians stumbling upon them, wanting to take them to their full potential as complete songs. And so I had originally named the working title for this manuscript, Where's My Elton John? Elton John's creative partnership with his primary lyricist Bernie Taupin is what creative dreams are made of. Although Bernie Taupin has co-written more than 500 songs with various artists the world over, it was the marriage of his lyrics and Elton John's musical compositions and unique vocal delivery that created legendary song collaborations such as Daniel, Benny and the Jets, Your Song, Rocket Man, Candle in the Wind, Crocodile Rock, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, just to name a few. What an extraordinary gift to be able to affect the world in that measure. Lyric writing has become my passion. I'm often left in awe at the ability of skilled writers who thread together simple words, forming strings of phrases that carry enough meaning to nudge, challenge and inspire and comfort the humankind. Oh, sorry, I got tongue-tied. Comfort humankind. To that end, I realised during this book's evolution that I'd rather not create or build boundary walls, as to who might read this collection of song lyrics when I purposely try to write from a place of breaking walls down. Most of my writing comes from connection, usually first-hand and sometimes simply as an observer of life. As part of the writing process, I immerse myself in feeling. I imagine how my senses might react to any given situation, what moods are likely to surface, and what seasons those moods might mirror in my life. Seasons I believe we all experience. Now, for the musicians in the room, I'm sure you're curious about how the licensing of these lyrics will work. It's something I thought long and hard about in council with Troy Gurnett, and in simple terms, upon request, the lyrics within this collection will have a licensing agreement offered primarily on a non-exclusive basis, which may ultimately generate multiple melodic versions of the same song. As a lyricist, I could think of nothing more rewarding than having different people around the world saying to a friend who's getting married, had a baby, leaving for overseas, or perhaps someone who's fallen in love, I came across some nice words a while back and I put some music to them. This is for you. Seriously, how incredible would that be? I had considered making them available on Creative Commons platforms, but I ended up deciding against that, as I would never intentionally lend my words to something that would go against supporting and inspiring human potential. This book is pretty much me in a nutshell, and if you'll bear with me, I'd like to share a sample of lyrics. I imagine these words suiting a suggested genre of bubblegum pop or pop are most suited to a quirky artist along the lines of Katy Perry. This is called Fractured Fairy Tale. There's tension in the tower. The princess lost her power, and golden locks can't save her. She needed someone braver than Prince Charming, who came by one day. Her knees went weak, she heard him say, "Yeah, I can make you famous. Do you trust me, little princess?" Long story short, her kingdom cracked. She knew there was no looking back. Her magic fairy came to life to get her out of strife and said, "If you're looking for your fella, sorry, someone ought to tell you, your knight in shining armour, who promised he won't harm you's been to kingdoms far and wide to find himself a better bride. So if I were you, I'd bail, disappear and leave no trail. There's no happily ever after in this fractured fairy tale." So she crossed the sandstone floors and flew out her palace doors. But she's no royal fool. She grabbed her crown and all her jewellery too. You'll never guess what happened next. Her phone buzzed and she read a text. "I'm nearly through the forest now, dear princess. Love you, Boris." She liked it when he talked like that, but knew there was no turning back, because sitting on her shoulder then came words from her dear fairy friend, who said, "If you're looking for your fella, sorry, someone ought to tell you, your knight in shining armour, who promised he won't harm you's been to kingdoms far and wide to find himself a better bride. So if I were you, I'd bail, disappear and leave no trail. There's no happily ever after in this fractured fairy tale. Don't look back to other pages for a prince with better wages. There's no reason in this rhyme, in this once upon a time." Then there's the chorus again, and then as an outro, it's like, "Oops, start over, think she just picked a bad one. Once upon a time, in a kingdom so sublime, lived a princess loved and calm, who had found her real Prince Charming." I would like to say thank you to everyone who helped me in bringing this event together. Yet again, Jim and Rosalind, Jess and Lyndon, who have woken at nights dreaming of checking lists off and things like that. Kat and Chaminda, Cheryl, Eva, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to you all. And to each and every one of you who have reminded me there's still a world beyond my office walls, who have touched base along the way, who have made an effort to come along and support me here today. I can't tell you how blessed I feel. Thank you. And those who have inspired me endlessly. I'd like to share these final lyrics, but I promise it's just one verse and one chorus, but it's very important. This is how I feel standing here in front of you all right now. It's called Thank You. From the cradle to the grave, somehow my soul was saved. Time and time again, you proved you were my friend. And all the times my rights went wrong, you helped me feel like I still belonged, time and time again until the very end. Now I want to thank you for that smile upon your face. I want to thank you because you filled my world with grace. How can I thank you for so many sacred days? Thank you for all you've done and all you'll do. My days felt warmer next to you. Thank you.